Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? Welcome back to the All About Favor show. I am your host, Pastor K. All right, you knew I was going to come back with another HBCU, Bethune-Cookman University, Wildcat Nation. Y'all keep it going this year. That's why, as I said on yesterday, I'm going to be representing some colleges and universities for the next few weeks in my gear since college football is starting up real soon. So yesterday I started in Tallahassee, Florida with the FAMU Rattlers, and now I've moved on down to Daytona to the Bethune-Cookman University, Wildcat Nation. Now, I don't want anybody to say I didn't represent both schools. Even though they're rivals, I did represent them. Now, I was inspired by one word for today, and that word is block or blocking. Block. What does the word something or someone is blocking you or something has blocked you? What does that mean to you? Well, sometime I just like to use this. And remember, I'm not an expert, but I'm just giving you my thoughts and opinion. In other words, I want you to stop for a moment today and recognize some things that block you. Things that block you. It may be blocking you or hindering you spiritually, not enabling you to grow, or you can't see things as you should, or stumbling blocks or hinderings that's going on, hindrances, people or certain situations you're involved in that appears to be hindering something that you are trying to, complete, or something that a business you're trying to start. But there's something or someone blocking you. For example, when I think of blockings, just for me, I think about things that are distractions to me. So perhaps maybe distractions could be blocking you. Another thing is barriers, anything that hinders or stops you from growing. That's what I see spiritual blockages as. And even in personal relationships, anything that seems to hinder your growth or something that causes you to be stagnant, that I consider would be a block or something that's blocking. And sometimes there are external blocks. For example, like your job, your finances, certain people, things that you can visibly see that is a blocking, that you can put your fingers on. This is a blockage. You can identify that. But then the main thing I think about right now is internal blocks. Internal things inside, things that people can't see, things that you don't see, things you stuff down and put in the back of your mind because you don't want to deal with it. Internal blocking things are grief. Grief, that is an internal blockage. Why is that, Pastor? Because during grief, you're depressed, you're despondent, you're frustrated, you're not really yourself. You're not thinking clearly when you are dealing with grief. And people have different ways how they deal with grief, but still it's something internally going on. Anger is another internal block. It's carrying around unresolved hurt and stuff that's got you angry and bitter you've never dealt with. Letting go of the past. Trauma. Some people have experienced some type of trauma, and it's just blocking you because you can't get past that trauma or that hurt or disappointment. Another part of something that can block you is having doubts, questioning yourself, questioning your abilities, your self-worth, your self-esteem is compromised because someone has made you feel small or someone has tried to dim your light. Those are all things that are blocking you. So I want you to be mindful of those things, because one thing I know about blockages is it hinder you from growing, and you can't move forward with your life and live your best life when you are stuck somewhere, especially stuck in the past, stuck in a rut. That is a horrible place to be, because now you're not living your best life. You're just stuck. Now, I want to say this. You've got to start your daily life and your daily activities, as I continue to tell you. You got to start that off with solitude in the morning. The minute you wake up, you've got to get into a gratitude state of mind. Lord, I thank you. I thank you. You let me wake up. You kept me safe all through the night. You protected my home. You get up in gratitude, and then you follow that up with your prayers, with your meditation and stillness. Get somewhere and be still and just clear your mind. Take everything out of your mind and just be in that moment of stillness and solitude. And then you move into your day. You got to start your day off always with something positive. And you got to start your day off with things that is going to help you. Because if you don't focus on your self-care, as I said, the month of August is the national month for self-care and self-awareness. You've got to do this, not just this month, but every day. You've got to focus on taking care of yourself, taking better care of yourself. And I am not talking about just going to the doctors, getting checkups and doing that. It's some internal self-care and wellness things that you're not taking care of. You are not moving past the hurt. You are not dealing with the depression. You are not handling your grief at all. So your daily life activities are the keys. It's the keys to you getting well. Basically, that's the word. You've got to move away from the blockage so you can get well. Now, while you're praying and in your journaling time, be honest when you're journaling. See, the whole purpose of the journaling is for you to look at things about yourself or things in your life, and you can honestly get an honest assessment. See, you don't have to lie, because you're not talking to anybody, and you're not worrying about how someone perceives you, or if they see you as weak, or if they see you as a bad person. You're journaling for yourself, and as you're writing this, it's a form of healing and cleansing yourself, because you can look at that and say, wow, you know what, I need to work on this area. Wow, that's really how I felt that day. I'm kind of messed up, huh? So make sure you are doing those things. Another thing that is key, I cannot emphasize this enough when we're talking about things that block you. Toxic energy. I want you to write those two words down and keep them in the back of your mind. Toxic energy. You have got to remove yourself from toxic energy. That includes toxic people, toxic situations. You have got to get that out of your space, because if you don't, you are going to remain stuck and blocked. That stuff hinders your growth. And some of you have not grown because you got these things blocking you. Now, one thing you must also recognize hindering spirits in your life. You've got to know exactly when they come around you, and you got to know how to counterattack those things. Some of you are on the verge of a breakdown right now. You're on the verge of a breakdown because you got some internal stuff going on. You might not even recognize how close you are to the edge, but I will say this. Sometime it will take a breakdown, a meltdown, in order to get you back up, in order for that breakthrough to come. Because some people have told me, you know, Pastor K, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to deal with my mom's death, because if I think about that day she left, I know I'm going to fall apart and break down, and I don't want to do that. Do you understand? That particular day that you do fall apart and break down, that's the day that your healing begins, because you've been stuffing down that hurt. You've been trying not to cry. You've been trying to keep this strong demeanor up. I got to be strong for everybody. You don't have to do that, because while you're trying to be strong, you're falling apart inside and you're not growing. And one thing I can say, your mom wouldn't want you not growing. Your mama would not want you stagnant and not living your life. Your mama would want you to find some happiness. You're never going to forget her. You're never going to forget what that hurt feel like. But then there are days you're going to think about something funny that she said. some days good things. But that hurt ain't gonna never leave you. For people who've never walked down that road, just keep on living. Because there are some things that hurt you to the core you never forget. And you never are the same. But you got to be mindful that it does not block you. Now, I'm not saying this because I read this in a book or I heard it on a video. I'm talking from self-experience here. Pastor K knows what hurt is like. I know what grief feels like. Do you not know when your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, when your spouse or a child losing a family member, your dad, your grandpa, do you not know a sibling? Y'all, when I tell you, it's a grief when you leave that cemetery that it's just hard to explain if you never experienced it. But somebody know what I'm talking about today, and you know that it can block you. It can hinder you and get you stuck. Sometimes you go through seasons of that, and that's okay. But as long as you recognize it and acknowledge, this where I'm at today. Today would have been my sister's birthday or my brother's birthday or my daddy or my granddad or my uncle or my auntie or my mom's birthday or my husband or my wife's birthday. And y'all, I'm just messed up today. I just need time alone today. Because I don't care how many times you put it up on social medias, happy birthday in heaven, it just don't even sound right. I really rarely even say that. It's just hard to say happy birthday resting in heaven. I just can't say it because that's a hurt and that's a pain. And don't stay there in that blockage. Recognize it, let it happen, shed your tears and get up and get back going. You know, and some people say, well, I don't cry. You know, the words say you're supposed to weep when they come in and rejoice when they go. It's easy to say all of that until you're looking down at that person who brought you in the world, if you had a good relationship with them. Or it's hard to say that about a person that you genuinely had love for, and you knew this person, you can trust them, you can rely on them and depend on them. They had your back. They was always there for you 100%. As the young people say, they was riding with you, not talking against you, backstabbing you, betraying you, lying on you. This was people that you could rely on, that always had your back. Whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, they always had a word that could reel you back in and you would receive it. They always had a word when you feeling at your lowest point. All they would say sometimes was just, come in. Come in. And the closer you got to them, they reached out their arms and they embraced you. And just say, it's all right. Baby, it's all right. It's all right. You don't even have to tell me about it. It's all right. Just that can move you from that meltdown. Just that alone could pull you up that day to lift your spirit to keep going on. This video done gone totally left. I want to tell somebody watching today, come here. Come here. What you need is love and compassion, and somebody to remind you that they love you and that you are important to them, and that no matter how many times you mess up, I'm still here. I'm still here. And for the ones who have not experienced picking up that phone, calling that particular person, whether it was your mama, your godmama, your daddy, your grandmother, whoever, your auntie, when you pick up that phone and you dial it, or you press that send button, and you like, oh my God, they ain't even here. Who is there now for you? You got to be there for yourself. Because sometimes that person or people aren't going to be there for you. You've got to learn how to pour into yourself. You've got to learn late in the midnight hour when them tears begin to fall, or early in the morning when you up and you praying and you worshiping and you meditating and the tears begin to fall. Sometimes the tears are not from sadness. Sometimes the tears are just part of cleansing you. It's all right to shed tears. It's all right to say, I'm having a bad day, but I know the Lord. And I know the Lord going to make things all right. I'm going to trust him that he going to be here for me. He gonna heal my heart. He gonna bandage my wounds. You got to trust him with everything. You cannot sit around and wait for somebody to pour into you, because they might not do it. And the person that you knew who would do it is no longer on this side. Stay away from toxic energy. Stay away from hindering spirits and hindering people. Anything that blocks your progress. Anybody that try to disencourage you, or somebody who don't believe in your dream and don't want to support you in your endeavors. Leave them behind, but you keep going on. Just because you want to be healed and you are claiming your healing, and when you telling some people, you know what, the doctor say I need 25 different medications, but you know what, I'm gonna trust in the Lord. I'm not finna put all that stuff in my body. This one counteract that, this. I believe in doctors. I believe in medicine, but I also believe in the Most High God. I also believe in that. Y'all, there was a time, Pastor K, I was taking up to 50 some pills per day. And one day the Holy Spirit said to me, if you don't get off all of this medication, you will leave this earth. And I sat in the backyard and I began to pray and meditate. And I went to my doctor and I said to my doctor, is all this really necessary? Well, we're just trying to get, we're giving you a what they call it, a thorough regime to see if one of these will hit and kick in and work. And I said, but I'm feeling sicker taking all of this stuff. And the doctor didn't give me the resolve I needed. I know what I told her. I said, I know what I need to do. I went home, y'all, and I decided I'm going to fast today. And I'm going to let the Lord direct my paths on this one. Y'all, a little bit by little bit, I started weaning myself off of that medicine. And the next thing you know, I saw life come back in me. I didn't feel just all the time sluggish, drowsy, just can't get going, lethargic. That medicine was making me feel that way. And the Holy Spirit had to remind me, you ain't trusting the Most High. You trusting in all them pills, and you are right before your eyes and in front of everybody. You are diminishing. I trusted him, y'all. Got off all of that stuff. My levels went up, got in line and stuff. When I went and did my blood work and all of that stuff, the doctor said, oh, the medicine is working. I say, it wasn't no medicine. You know, all them prescriptions you gave me, I ain't even get half of them filled. I'm on something else. I'm trusting in the Lord, and I'm doing some other things. So sometimes you got to do things to help yourself. You can use you say, I'm going to drink some natural teas, eat better. I'm going to eat fresh fruits and vegetables. I'm going to get off some of this fried foods and all of this other stuff. Anything you do, you have to do it in moderation. I didn't say don't eat your fried catfish dinners and your fried chicken. I just say anything we do, we got to learn how to do it in moderation. Trust in the Lord. I said that yesterday, and you've got to understand things or people that you allow in your life to block you, that's on you, because you can stop that. I want to give you just a verse in scripture that I'm reminded of. In the book of Numbers, chapter 13, there were giants and armies, and there were fortified cities, and it stood in the way. In other words, it blocked the children of Israel from what God had promised them. So these fortified cities or walled cities, all of these things was blocking them. And they got off track because they saw the blockages and they began to doubt. And then they began to ask Moses, they began to ask Joshua, how God say this, he promised us all of this stuff, and these walls are here. We got to fight these other armies, all of these stumbling blocks in the way. I want to tell y'all, God didn't say I'm going to let you just walk in it. I'm not going to just make it easy for you. There are some times that's going to hit a wall. See, God did that to test them. You can say anything out your mouth. I trust in the Lord. I believe in God. You can say all that until your back is up against the wall. That fortified wall and those giants and the armies, that tested the people's faith. Understand, some of the things that's blocking you is merely a test of your faith. You've got to not be discouraged. Don't fall into having doubt and unbelief. Watch your emotions and let the enemy know, I'm not giving up. I know you trying to block me, but you know what? You're not going to stop what God has for me. It is just for me. Y'all get focused, find your balance, and watch out for those blockages. You can make it. Don't let nothing stop you. Get up and get going again. Watch those external and internal things that may be blocking you. You better watch as well as pray. Y'all comment, like, and share the video. If you on any other platform, come back to YouTube and hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell. Y'all be blessed. I'll see you back tomorrow with your midweek word.